Hello, everyone. This goes to Howard Lutkin, Secretary of Commerce. Subject: urgent federal conflict of interest, violations, foreign data access risks, and regulatory capture via the American National Standards Institute, the American National Crediting Board, and its founding organization. They founded it, the International Accreditation Forum, incorporated in Delaware. Dear Honorable Howard Lutkin, I write to you with urgency and grave concern over a dangerous chain of negligence that has led to erosion of our regulatory oversight, national security, and constitutional accountability. Central to the breakdown are the American National Standards Institute and the American National Accreditation Board, ANSI and ANAB, both private entities whose entanglements with federal agencies and foreign powers have created a catastrophic vulnerability in U.S. governance, conflict of interest, and compensation violations. Between 2015 and 21, Mr. Phil Mattson, Standards Director for the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, served as a member and contributor to ANSI and ANAB, while simultaneously receiving $262,000 in outside compensation from ANSI and ANAB, in addition to his federal salary. Similarly, Mr. Gordon Gillerman of the Department of Commerce, specifically NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technology, received $120,000 from ANSI and ANAB while maintaining his federal salary. These are not allegations. They are documented facts. If either individual has since been reassigned or shielded through bureaucratic maneuvering, let this serve as a formal notice that we retain documentation and records. The damage done between 2015 and 21 is already complete. We gave our data away. Foreign espionage by design, not hacking. The most damning evidence is that this: ANSI and ANAB are founders and legal underwriters of the International Accreditation Forum and the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation, the IAF, that's its sister organization in Australia. From 2015 to 21, the IAF was chaired by Zhao Jinwu, a Chinese national and the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services, CNAS, in Beijing. Mr. Zhao was bound by China's National Intelligence Law, Article 7, which requires all citizens and organizations to support, assist, and cooperate with state intelligence work. This was not cyber espionage. It was a direct pipeline of information via American accredited bodies to a foreign adversary. During Mr. Zhao's tenure, the Wuhan Institute of Virology, WIV, was certified by the CNAS. Internal scientists at the WIV had already raised concerns that the lab lacked enough trained technicians to safely operate a biolevel 4 certificate or a biolevel 4 lab. Yet the certification moved forward under Mr. Zhao in January 2017. After certification, a team of scientists visited the facility and again raised serious concerns about the lack of qualified staff to safely manage biohazardous material. Compounding this crisis was Miss Pamela Sale, then Vice President of Laboratory Accreditation for ANSI-ANAB, testified under oath in Texas. One of the issues is that there is no commonly agreed upon set of standards that forensic labs around the country have to follow. Instead, there are informal guidelines that labs can choose to follow or not. In essence, she admitted on record that there was no enforceable system of standards. The COVID-19 pandemic was not an accident in procedural failure. It was the inevitable result of systematic deregulation and accreditation theater. U.S. Department of Defense participation. Even more troubling is the DoD direct involvement as a member of ANSI-ANAB during the entire window of foreign control. The DoD remains involved to this day. As of this writing, every organization to whom this letter is addressed, DOJ, DHS, Department of Commerce, DOD, and the FBI, even the FDA, is still a member, and some of them are even customers of ANSI-ANAB, and thereby remains entangled in a structure that undermines national sovereignty. I gave over 8 different federal regulations and laws that this organization, between federal agencies, corporations, and ANSI-ANAB, are breaking. The Manufacturing Extension Partnership fraud. The Department of Commerce Manufacturing Extension Partnership Program has become a slush fund. More than 64.85% of its state and federal funds, 50 states as a matter of fact, go to executive bonuses and overhead, not to actual assistance for U.S. manufacturers. This is unacceptable and a clear abuse of public trust. FDA's third-party recognition disaster. In 2018, the FDA gave ANSI-ANAB third-party recognition to oversee food safety. Since then, the U.S. has faced waves of recalls and unsafe product incidents, proving that this delegation of authority was not only ineffective but negligent. Final crescendo. Let me be blunt. It is nearly impossible for government agencies to investigate themselves, and the American public has paid the price. I've seen it firsthand, whether at Boeing whistleblower hearings on April 17, 2024, the David Calhoun, former CEO of Boeing, on June 18, 2024, or the most recent Kelly Oatberg session on April 2nd, 2025. The pattern is clear. Accountability is a performance, not a principle. Back in 2017, when then FBI Director Christopher Wray, who was promoted to the FBI by President Donald Trump in his first administration, warned about Chinese infiltration. He failed, though. He failed to mention that his own agency, as it is still today, was sitting on ANSI-ANAB during the exact time China chaired the IAF. The Federal Bureau of Investigation was in a position of partnership with the Chinese, communist-controlled forum, and I laughed bitterly as I watched him testify. This is not partisan issue. This is national security emergency. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been exposing this longer than the Department of Government Efficiencies. If you truly want to break open this pinata of corruption, foreign compromise, and regulatory fraud, you need only to look at the American National Standards Institute and the American National Grading Board, both of which remain packed with federal agencies and multinational corporations. This is where Elon Musk and anyone serious about restoring accountability should be putting their efforts. I look forward to you getting back to me. I have all corroborating materials to support all mentioned in this letter. And ladies and gentlemen, this was the label that we stuck on the envelopes. There you go. My number is 203-556-1493. I would appreciate you, in the context of this video, in the comments, to put your comments in, because everything that I'm saying here is factual. I can send you a booklet. We sent them a letter. We have all documented evidence. I did not want to give that out to them as yet. I want them to contact me. I want to see if they're going to be good enough to contact me, those agencies that I mentioned within the context of this letter. I look forward to hearing from you, all of you, and I thank you.